Today I fucked up by getting together with a crazy chick. So right now I am in second year of college. When I was in 12th grade there was this girl who liked me and asked me out, but I said no as I didn't really like her and was focused on getting a good college, but she was quite persistent. She was average looking and was straight up crazy. I later found out from her friends that she had a picture of me in her room. I don't know it's really true. She started stalking me and even followed me home, but after I firmly said no she backed off. So in my first year of college she reached out to me again, saying she just wants to be friends, and I was like okay cool. We started talking and she started calling me several times a day, demanding a lot of attention, but my exams were starting so I asked for a little space, to which she got mad and blocked me. Then again recently she messaged me when I was in a really bad place, like really vulnerable, and asked to get together, which I did for a night, but we didn't really do anything. Then she messages me saying she is pregnant and I have to accept her. I was like wait, how? As we did not do anything, and so I told her, but she started saying let's get married and everything. So when I inquired around a lot I found out she had gotten knocked up by another guy before we got together, and as her family wouldn't accept that guy, she was pinning all this on me as her family would accept me. Soon as I found this out I told her to get help and blocked her, and learned the lesson to not think with your dick. Too long didn't read. I got together with a crazy girl who was already pregnant and pinned it on me while we didn't even have sex. Take care y'all. You better get you a stun gun or pepper spray and keep with you. That sounds like the type of person to harm someone that rejects them. Strike 1, she's crazy. Strike 2, she's already pregnant. Strike 3, she thinks you're a moron who doesn't understand how babies are made. Strike 4, still pregnant. TBH, I wouldn't consider it your fuck up. She harassed you and then got you at a time you were vulnerable. This is not your fault. Hope you'll never have to deal with her again. My fuck up was that I still got with her for a night. I am just not very good at catching red flags, I guess. In the wise words of Soviet Womble, don't stick your dick in crazy. This is the opposite of a fuck up. This is like a close call where your common sense, better judgment, psychic penis kicked in and knew not to have sex with the crazy. Good job. Today I fucked up by calling 911 to tell them everything was okay. My first award ever, and it's a platinum. Thank you. For context, I live in a 17-story building with 1,000 plus student tenants. I was very, very high. Last night around 2:30 AM I started smoking and got the munchies. Threw naan, Indian style bread, on the frying pan to eat and went to the bathroom. It was late and my Adderall wore off, and weed makes my ADHD go into super drive. After the bathroom I thought it'd be nice to shower, completely forgetting my naan on the stove. I showered for maybe 40 minutes, completely lost in my own thoughts, followed by another 15 of me shaving. I could hear a faint noise in the background, but it didn't really register to me what it was. When I step outside my ensuite into my room I hear it louder and smell a prominent smell. It's the fucking kitchen fire alarm going off. It's been going off from the second I stepped out of the shower, and probably much longer. I throw my clothes, quickly go to the kitchen. The kitchen and living room is covered in smoke. Thank God, there's no fire. I throw the pan into the oven to stop more smoke from spreading. I'm thinking okay, I know for a fact the fire alarm's been going off for at least 15 minutes. I threw bread, which is highly flammable, on the stove an hour ago. The fire always probably been going off for 40 minutes. The fire department probably got the alarm and are on their way soon. And so I call 911 to tell them everything's alright. Fucked up. I'm high out of my mind explaining what happened, trying to tell them everything's under control. There was never even a fire, just smoke. They say that they're on there was just to check and help clear the smoke out. I try convincing them otherwise and tell them there's literally zero need, but it's not exactly like I have a choice at this point. They send 3 fucking fire trucks, blasting their sirens at 3:30 AM, block off the entire road and come in. I'm still trying to tell them there's no point and even show them a video of the apartment I took so they don't need to come up. At this point I was just so embarrassed about the whole situation and want this over with ASAP. They come up to my apartment and inspect everything, walkie-talkies blasting, oxygen tanks and boots thumping. They look around, open a few windows, ask me about the situation and tell me the worst thing. They didn't even know about the incident until I fucking called them. I thanked them for their service and apologized while they looked at me like the idiot I am. Too long didn't read. I got high and took an hour-long shower while bread on the stove top was burning. Thinking the fire department was already alerted of the situation, I called 911 to tell them everything was a-okay after I put a stop to the burning, thinking I'd save them an unnecessary trip. They came with 3 fire trucks, sirens blaring, and told me that they were only alerted of the situation because I called them. Hey guys, I was just calling to let you know that there's no fire at all. Nope, just some smoke, but it's okay, we're fine, everything's fine. How are you? We're sending a squad down there to check it out. Jesus bro, you were faded. Note to self, hide the phone while getting baked. While baking, at least you had clothes on. Something similar to happened to me a few years back, and I was greeted by 7 firemen, one who happened to be my neighbor, all whilst standing in my kitchen in my underwear skeptical. I had a similar story in college. My roommate was frying fish and left the oil on high on the stove and the shit caught fire. We were both stoned and had all kinds of paraphernalia in the house. The dumbass picked up the pot and tried to walk outside with it. At this point the flames were high enough from him moving it that it would have burnt the door frame. I told him to set it down on the tile. He asked me should I put water on it, which at least I knew well enough to say fuck no. You'll burn down the house. Smoke filled the house so fast. We got the cat and everyone else out and I ran inside and started hiding bongs and pipes that were out. We called 911 and told them the fire couldn't spread, but there was a lot of smoke and we didn't have a fire extinguisher to put it out. They rolled in deep with 2 trucks, an ambulance and a sheriff, who the fire guy told he wasn't needed here and he could leave. Thanks bud. The firefighter told me after everything, you know, you could have just put a lid on it, right? And that, kids, is the danger of marijuana. Today I fucked up by walking past a burglary dressed as a robber at 4 AM. So as per usual, this didn't happen today but last Saturday night / early Sunday morning. Anyway, a group of friends and I decided it would be a great idea to go out dressed as cops and robbers on a bar crawl. The robbers would be handcuffed at all times to another said cop. It was actually a great night and went on until the early hours of Sunday morning. At around 4 AM I get dropped off in my hometown, just down the road from my house. This is when I notice quite a commotion coming from one of the shops near my house. The burglars had smashed through one of the windows, and by the time I got to the burgled outdoor clothes shop, they were running down the street clutching thousands of pounds worth of coats and clothes. My stupid, inebriated self decided to inspect the shop while dressed in my bright orange convict costume. See costume. This made me look suspicious AF. And furthermore, I was certainly seen on CCTV approaching the shop. A few days pass, then I notice our local paper has printed a story about the robbery, mentioning police are looking for 2 men dressed in dark clothing and another dressed in an orange boiler suit. I have now contacted the police and let them know my side of the story, so luckily I'm off the hook. Too long didn't read, dressed as a convict, walked past a burglary, got suspected of being involved in said burglary. Send us the article. Lol at the fact that you felt compelled to inspect the shop as if you were security there. Yes, looks like there was a robbery. In hindsight, it's highly improbable that a man would do his burgling dressed in bright orange convict attire. Took me a minute to realize this was in the UK, not that they were exceptionally strong robbers running down the streets with thousands of pounds in clothing. Plot twist, Op was the 3rd robber and he posted this to cover his tracks. Shush.